Alrighty, y'all. It is time. We have in the mail finally our carb rebuild kit here that you can see. It's got all of our jets, our O-rings, our gaskets, our springs that we need, and we have our carb. So we're going to strip this guy down, give it a full cleaning, and then reinstall using all of our new bits and pieces. Let's see how this goes. Okay, I have no idea where my toothbrush went for cleaning, so this is gonna do. Actually, this will probably do better. We've got a couple bottles of carb cleaner, jet spray, and we're pretty much just gonna go at this thing. It's gonna get full cleaning on the outside, then we'll strip it apart, pull it all apart, and then bring it back together. As I went to take it apart already, we had one break, so that's good. But luckily, this part is included right there, so it's not like we're missing anything. Now the tricky part is remembering where each screw goes. That's where things get really complicated. Oh, neat. Well, that looks pretty cool. It's got a little gasket there, that looks good. Doesn't look dirty in there or anything. Wow, that is a fascinating mechanism. There we go. Alright, that's hose number 2. We're going to trim the little tip off of that hose because that one's already failing before we even started. And I'm already through one pair of gloves. Man, there's a lot going on with this carb. A lot more than I'm used to. There's 2 screws way down here. Once we undo those, then it should be separate from the spring section. Just gotta be careful not to strip or break any screws up in here. Interesting. Okay. What's this guy do? Remember guys, I'm no expert, so use me to see what not to do and learn from my mistakes and do whatever I ended up doing that worked, but not the parts that didn't work. It ends up you're able to pull the spring that holds these in just from this bottom one. So the spring's only held in by this little slot here, but the bottom one doesn't have a slot. So once you pull this, push the pin out down here, then this whole entire assembly comes out and you have it off to the side. Okay, what's going to happen here? This is a little nerve-wracking now. We're getting into some more serious bits that I'm a little scared about. So now we got to pull this spring off. Oh, this is going to be really hard to remember all these steps. Alright, that spring's off, which means that this should now come off, I think. Oh wait, no, because we still need to undo this screw. Ooh. Okay, just a little washer. Got the washer, got the screw. This arm's free now. Now this can push out. I'll make sure I didn't just spring load this. There we go. Nice and easy. Whoa! Oh boy, this is complicated. This is complicated. We finally, holy cow, that is a lot of work just to get to that point. That's crazy. So our slide looks pretty clean. We're still going to clean it off. We're just going to store it in here for now so we don't forget about it. One thing done. Whole bunch more to go. I gotta put on glasses. That almost just got in my eye. Okay. So we went ahead, we pulled our float bowl apart. We've got our gasket pulled out. Went in, cleaned this little area. Don't know what it does, but it is spring loaded, barely. So that's something. Now we've got our main jet, pilot jet instrument. There we go. Okay guys, so what I'm seeing, basically with the new pilot jet, you can actually see all the way through it. This one you can barely see through, so we definitely had some gunk in there. I'm thinking this will probably solve whatever problems we had, so I'm pretty much just going to focus on the jets and the seals for the rebuild kit, and that's going to be that. So let me go ahead and do all those, get them done, see what it looks like once we're wrapped up with that portion. Oh man, guys, this has been a freaking nightmare to deal with. Bike's now at least in a semi put back together state. Everything still needs to be tightened. All the body panels are off. Tank's not even really on there. It's just kind of sitting. Battery's back in though. Carb's back in. Gas is on. The neutral light's dimming when I go to hit the start. So it's trying, but something's not connecting. Okay guys, so after consulting my internet friends, they said that sound that I was hearing sounded like a bad solenoid, not a bad starter. We're going to bypass the solenoid by shorting it, which I've never done this before, so looks like you just kind of jam a screwdriver in here. It's going to make some sparks. And I don't have any gas to the system yet, but we're just going to see if that's enough. So don't even need to hit the starter. This should just start the bike technically. Oh. Oh, interesting. Okay, so okay guys, just gave the spark plug a quick check. It's located right down here and plenty of spark coming out of there. It looked pretty dirty, might need to replace it anyway, but when I went to crank, the engine sounded a lot freer than it previously had been, and the solenoid was working, so gas is on. Let's give this one more shot, see what happens. Okay. Well, I gotta take the carb back out anyway, so that sucks. Alright, going really extreme now. Here we go. Ooh, that's much better. Okay. We are leaking a little bit of fuel down there. I know we have spark though. Come on, bike, turn over for me. Okay guys, we got another fresh charge on the battery. I think we've been loosening things up bit by bit. Hadley's out here now holding the camera. She's always good luck for my projects. Key, run, choke most of the way. Gas is on. Here we go. Oh, so close. Come on, bike. Dang it. Nope. Okay. Not this time. Little update for you guys. So, might need a new rectifier. Not 100% sure. But we are waiting on some additional parts of the carb that are going to be crucial getting this bike up and going. So for the time being, it's not going to be able to start or run or ride. So I figured now would be a good time to tackle the exhaust. I found big old hole in the exhaust right there that we're going to have to do a little JB weld patch, or I'll just take it to a weld shop, see what they'll charge me. Ripping off the exhaust now. We'll sand this part down, paint it black with some good heat resistant paint, and then I'll get a professional opinion on this. May have to go aftermarket, but I just love this gold tip. So I don't know, I'd like to find some way to keep, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the best thing to do here is, but yeah, if you guys have ideas, let me know. Yeah, so this is bad news. Just pulled it off. Listen to all those huge chunks of rust. I'm assuming everything's just, oh, we actually just got some of the baffle out. There goes more of it. Well, this is starting to look pretty unsalvageable, unfortunately. It's just completely rusted through on the inside. I think once you get to about here, the steel's okay. So I guess there's a chance to cut it there and add a new tip on, but man, yeah, it's pretty brutal. We have sander out. This is a new can that we got off of eBay. It's not new, obviously, but not rusted out, so that's nice. The old can has that stainless steel wrap around it, so we're gonna rip that off the old can, see if we can get somebody to tack weld that onto here after we clean this up and repaint it. We're gonna sand this down as well, repaint it, get both of these cured up, ready to go. And then once these are back on the bike, then we can try and fire it up. So I'll be right back after I sand this. Here's how clean I was able to get the pipe. Much better. We're gonna come in with a high heat primer and then just black high heat exhaust paint. Should make it look 10 times better, and got most of the rust off of there, so it'll last a lot longer now. A couple layers of primer in, already looking miles better. You can't detach this, so I'm just painting it where it is, and then we'll just have to add a little primer to that at the end. Really solid though. So after inspecting the entire exhaust, these were the only little pinholes that I found, so we're gonna use this steel stick, mold it up, and just kind of fill this area with some JB weld. All right, JB weld steel stick is on. Now we need to give that an hour to cure, then we can primer this, paint it black. This should be just about ready to get a coat of black paint on it. I think this looks pretty nice overall. Here's one layer of the black paint on there. Obviously a huge improvement to what we had going. Even if it's not perfect, it's gonna look a whole lot nicer than it did before. So get a couple more layers on and then we're set. Pop it back on the bike. Here is our can. We added a touch of putty at that one little crack area, but other than that, we've got some primer on it and it's looking real nice. That's just gonna be black as well. But here's what we're looking like with our final coats laid down. Still need to put one more coat where this ring previously was. Just going with the ceramic coating Rust-Oleum high heat again. That should do the ticket. And here we have the exhaust can painted up with the JB weld patch. So it actually turned out pretty decent. Can't complain. Gonna get everything pinned back in. See what it sounds like if we can get it to run. doesn't look too bad. Definitely better than it was. So we'll be able to pop that back in and see how it looks on the bike. Plus, we should be able to try and fire the bike up. This comes through like this. Slip through. Around. Start feeding that in. Okay, that actually didn't end up being as bad as I expected it to be. I just I sanded the inside of this pipe slightly, just enough to get a little extra wiggle room, and then undid the bolts on the backside here so that this pipe was free. And then I was just able to kind of wiggle them together, get them to pair. Now we'll just go through, connect these bolts up just so everything's held in place properly. Now, we've got this all locked back into place, sealed up. We're gonna try and fire it up. Okay, battery says fully charged. Take it off of these for now. Turn the key. Here we go. Let's see what happens. It's on run. Carb choked. Oh. Okay, so that's solenoid. Interesting, because that was just working for me. Let's just put this on. Maybe it is a battery issue. Well guys, we're kind of stuck for the time being. We still have a leak on the accelerator pump, and that doesn't come in until June 11th, I think. And beyond that, not exactly sure what other problems we're having with the carb. Maybe that's the only issue, and there's enough air getting in there that it's just causing the engine to rev crazy every time that cracks a little bit. That's all we can hope. We've got it all cleaned up nice, so what we can do for the time being, we have new friction and steel plates for the clutch. We can change the oil, get those plates in, and yeah, let's get these fluids ready to go, and then at least that way, when the time comes, we're ready to just pop the carb out real quick, change up the accelerator pump, hopefully get that sealed off, and then try and fire it up again. But we'll do what we have to, so let's get some fluids.